Hey there, what is up you guys? I am Jerry and welcome back to the channel, The Chicago Griller. This is the show where I share my favorite tips, tricks, and recipes for the Weber Q. If you think that I could help you out, hit that like button and subscribe. Well, St. Patrick's Day is coming up here in Chicago, and here in the Windy City, we take it very seriously. There are several official parades, and we even dye the river green. Well, greener than usual. But if you don't want to head out and celebrate, bring the celebration to you by firing up your grill and cooking up this Guinness marinated flank steak. You're definitely going to want to check this one out. For St. Patrick's Day, I am going to be grilling up this 1-pound flank steak that I picked up from Whole Foods. And when I lift it up, you'll see it's about 1 inch in thickness. But before we fire up the grill, we need to prep the marinade. So grab a bowl and grab a pint of Guinness or your favorite Stout and pour that beer into your bowl. Use about a half pint to start. There we go. Now to this bowl, we are going to press in 2 cloves of garlic. And as usual, I make short work of that with my trusty garlic press. Into the bowl, the garlic goes. Next, I need 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. There's the first, and there's the second teaspoon. And that's all it takes, so mix all this together. Although, I think you'll find an easier time by using a whisk or a fork. And now that our marinade is ready, it's time to bring back our flank steak and place it directly into our Guinness marinade. You want to make sure the meat is submerged and touching liquid, so add a little bit more Guinness and beer if you need. So now, swish the steak around a little bit, turn it over a few times, swish it a little bit some more until all surfaces of the steak are covered and touching the beer marinade. Then cover it tightly with some plastic wrap, then place it in your fridge and let this marinate for at least 4 hours. And 4 hours later, I am just about ready to grill. I have preheated my Weber Q, and as you can see, because it is an unusually warm March day here, my grates are already cleaned. But you do need to season it with some olive oil or avocado oil to prevent the steak from sticking to the grill while you cook. So now with the grill cleaned and the grates seasoned, shut the lid and let this come on up to temperature. As the grill continues to preheat, I've taken my steak out of the marinade, and the first thing I'm going to do is remove some of that excess marinade with a paper towel. Be sure to get both sides and pat it dry as best you can. This will ensure that your steak cooks thoroughly on the grill instead of just steaming off the Guinness. Once you're satisfied, it's time to season. First, I'm going to add some salt. As usual, use as much or as little as you like and grind to taste. And as usual, when you grind salt, you're also going to grind some pepper. So next up, also grind some pepper to taste. Once your seasonings are applied, use your clean hand and pat it into the surface of the steak. Then repeat the process on the other side. There's still a little bit too much moisture here for my liking, so I've grabbed another paper towel and I'll pat this surface dry. And now I can apply salt and pepper to the second side. Now that both sides of the steak have been seasoned, it's time to head out to the grill, which should now be fully preheated. So here we are back on my front deck, where my Weber Q has been preheating on high for about 15 minutes. Go ahead and lay your flank steak directly across the grill grates. I can already smell the aromas of that Guinness steaming up. It's amazing. Anyways, after about 2 or 2.5 minutes, I'm going to give the steak a 90-degree turn on the grill. This is really just an optional step, but it is nice for presentation to give some crosshatched sear marks. And after about another 2 to 2.5 minutes, we are halfway through the cook now, so I'm going to turn the steak over. And here you can see those crosshatch sear marks that I am talking about. And now at this point, shut the lid and let this cook for the final 4 to 5 minutes. And after about 9 or 10 minutes, depending on your desired level of doneness and the thickness of your steak, we should be about ready to pull this off of the grill. This felt like a rare or medium rare to me, so I'm going to pull this flank steak off of the grill. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the steak back inside and let it rest for about 10 minutes. Then we're going to cut into it and show you what it looks like. So after a brief 10-minute rest, my flank steak is back inside, and I can really smell the aromas of that Guinness marinade. And as I transfer this steak to my cutting board, you'll see the juices have started to run out and through the steak. This should be delicious. Now with flank steak, you'll see some very visible grains. Typically you want to cut against them, but my first cut's going to be with the grain just so I can show you what it looks like on the inside. And now that I'm through, check this out. Obviously ignore that blood vessel at the top, but you'll see the meat is pink throughout, a perfect medium rare, maybe a little bit on the rare side. But this is the exact doneness that I was looking for. Anyways, as you can see, I'm now cutting against the grain and cutting the steak into reasonable bite-sized pieces. And once again, if I tilt a piece up, you'll see it's pink throughout, a perfect medium rare. Once you've cut a few slices of your Guinness steak, garnish with some chives. And you know, this smells so good right now, I can't resist. I'm gonna go have a piece right now. Anyways, when you do finally plate it up, serve with some potatoes and of course, another pint of Guinness. This dish is guaranteed to be a St. Paddy's Day hit. So yeah, definitely check out and give this recipe a shot. The Guinness really helps tenderize the meat, as well as infuses some rich earthy tones that only a stout can provide. Let me know in the comment section down below if you try it out and how it goes for you. Thank you very much as always for watching today. If you enjoyed the content, as usual, hit that like button and subscribe. Have a very safe and happy St. Patrick's Day. I can't wait to see you all again next week. See you then. Bye now.